I think that's lethal. Math! Right? They stop for 6, and we still go way over top. Nice. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. Today we are playing Naya Aggro. There's a lot of adventure spells within this deck, so you could call it Naya Adventure if you want, but there's also a fair bit of non-adventure spells. Of course, we are relying on the Edgewall Innkeeper as our primary draw engine, and we are using Embercleave as our primary damage output. We also have pretty cool things like the Maul of Skyclaves, Little Cleave I call it, to get us there as well. So as always, we'll break down the deck list, talk about the strategies, synergies, watch some gameplay footage to learn about the playlines and interactions as they occur real time. If you find any value within this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend, and of course subscribe for more. We have 3 copies of Giant Killer. This is a 1/2 in which we can pay 2 to tap it. So we'll also tap another target creature. This is really good because we can do it before our opponent's attack phase to tap one of their attackers, maybe something that's got a cleave on it. We can also use this on their end step if we want to make sure that one of their defenders can no longer defend our attackers. It is also a instant adventure spell, chop down for 3, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. So, you know, in many of the matchups, we see Golgari, anything with green in it right now. There are so many big baddies. People are playing Lovestruck Beast turn 3 into a Henge on turn 4. This is going to help you counter that. 4 copies of Edgewall Innkeeper. We already talked about this being our primary draw engine of the deck, a 1/1, and whenever you cast a spell or a creature spell at that had adventure on it, we get to draw a card. You don't have to cast the adventure part of the creature first. You can just go right into the creature. 3 copies of Scavenging Ooze, our first 2-drop, 2/2. We can pay 1 to exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, put a +1/+1 counter on Scavenging Ooze and you gain 1 life. 2 copies of Seasoned Hallowblade. This is a 3/1 in which we can discard a card to tap it, giving it indestructible until end of turn. 4 copies of Luminarch Aspirant, 1/1, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control. Quite nice, but quite flimsy. Into our 3 drops, 3 copies of the Maul of Skyclaves, aka Little Cleave. When Maul of Skyclaves enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, has a flying and first strike. Once it's been removed from the creature, or the creature's been removed from play, and the Skyclaves will remain in play, you can re-equip it for 4. 4 copies of Bonecrusher Giant, stomp at instant speed as the adventure for 2. Damage can't be prevented this turn, and stomp deals 2 damage to any target. The Giant is a 4/3, and when it becomes the target of a spell, it will deal 2 damage to that spell's controller. 4 copies of Lovestruck Beast, a 5/5 that can only attack if you control a 1/1. It has Sorcery Speed's Heart's Desire as the adventure to create a 1/1 token for us. Into our 4 drops, we have a single copy of Questing Beast, a 4/4 with Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste. Questing Beast can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented, and whenever Questing Beast deals combat damage to an opponent, it will deal that much damage to target Planeswalker that opponent controls for us as well. A single copy of Garruk Unleashed, 4 loyalty when it enters, +1 to create a up to 1 target creature gets a +3/+3, you know, for the end of turn and trample. I'm thinking of, what is it? Vivien, yeah. Anyways, -2, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. Then if you have less creatures than your opponent, you'll put a loyalty counter on it. If you have more, it is just the -2. Do take note that it will go -2, then +1, so you could potentially kill your Garruk before you get the chance to put the +1 on it. -7, you get an emblem with at the beginning of your end steps, you search your library for a creature card, put it into the battlefield, then shuffle your library. That's just a creature from your library every single turn. That will win you games. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Into our 5 drops, we have 3 copies of Vivien. Monsters Advocate, 3 loyalty. When she enters, you get to look at the top card of your library at any time, and you may cast creature spells from the top of your library. +1, create a 3/3 with either Reach, Trample, or Vigilance. -2, whenever you cast your next creature spell, search your library for a creature card with lesser converted mana cost, then put it into the battlefield. Moving forward, we have a single copy of Turntimber Symbiosis for 7, looking at the top 7 cards of your library. And then we get to choose a creature card from among them. If its mana cost was 3 or less, it enters with an additional and 3 additional +1/+1 counters. Woof. And then the rest go to the bottom of the library in random order. Emeria's Call, also for 7, to create 2 4/4 white angel warrior creature tokens with flying. Non-angel creatures we control gain indestructible until our next turn. And then 3 copies of Embercleave with flash, 1 less to cast for each attacking creature we control. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 double strike and trample. And then of course when it enters the battlefield, equip it to creature you control. These spells are accompanied by 4 Fabled Passages, 4 Branchloft and Boulderloft Pathways, 4 Needleverge and Pillarverge pathways, 4 Cragcrown and Timbercrown pathways, 3 forests, 2 mountains, and 2 plains. Sorry that I had to put fancy lands in there for you guys today. We are playing traditional, so we've got a sideboard. Chainweb Aracnir is against rogues or other flyers, a 1/2 with reach, and when it enters the battlefield, deal damage equal to its power to target creature with flying, and opponent controls escape for 5, plus 4 other cards from a graveyard, and it will escape with 3 +1/+1 counters on it, coming in as a 4/5. 4 copies of Hushbringer, flying lifelink. Creatures entering the battlefield or dying don't cause abilities to trigger, a 1/2. This is pretty cool. It can stop Annex 1/1 tokens with the life gain, so that's nice. You don't really want to shut down things like Kroxa, so be careful of when you play your Hushbringer. 2 copies of Seasoned Hallowblade. We already have 2 of these main board. 3 copies of Scorching Dragonfire, instant speed for 2, dealing 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If it would die this turn, exile it instead. 2 Gemrazers, reach, trample for 4, mutate for 3, and whenever it mutates, destroy target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. 2 Oakhame Adversaries for 4, costing 2 less to cast if an opponent controls a green permanent. When it deals damage to a player, draw a card. Death Touch. Yup, that's actually pretty cool. Considering when we combine that with the Maul of Skyclaves, it will be a first strike Death Touch flying 4/5. Big wolves, right? That draws us cards, so you can see the nice value there, especially if we can get it in on again against a green deck. You know, as far as sideboard plays, take out what was bad, put in what was good. What in your deck served no purpose, and what in your sideboard can serve a purpose. We talked about the Aracnir being good against flyers, Hushbringer good against, you know, mono red right now, Hallowblade against mono red and any control decks. Dragonfire hits Annex really well. Also, Gemrazer against enchantments, and the adversary against other green decks. So that's that. Let's get into today's gameplay footage. Don't forget to check out all of our other videos on YouTube. We have new ones live every single day, and we're also on Twitch every single day. Check us out. Links for everything is going to be in the Linktree link within the description below. And we also have Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant running today, the best metagame tracker for you guys, free to download within the Overwolf link in the description below. Deck videos, deck write-ups, metagame analysis, and overview. Everything you're going to want and more to succeed within Magic the Gathering Arena. Thanks for your time and attention. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, support financially on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, and our Amazon link. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Enjoy Naya Aggro. This deck is an absolute beast, Mythic certified. We see people within the top 500 using this deck. I myself have been playing a lot of jank, trying some weird stuff up. We're in low 90s, still within Mythic, but we're winning games consistently, rocking a 75% win rate so far with this deck. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Enjoy. Don't forget to watch to the end so you don't miss out on some once in a lifetime news. We'll talk to you in a few seconds. Well, it's more like minutes. Alrighty, let's go. Skyclave Giant Killer. Turn 3. We can turn that into a 4 beast as well. That's nice. Coming in right away. And then we can just play into our Clave Passage into our Questing Beast. Swarm Shambler. Let's attack. End our turn holding up our giant here. They get the insect, whatever. We're in with our Skyclave like we wanted. Start raining in damage. Next turn we have Questing Beast. We were on the play as well, which is really quite nice. Oh, killing our Skyclave. Ouch. This hurts. No vigilance though. We could pick it off. I kind of want to pull, you know, not the forest, but we do have to think about our beast still. So we're missing our giant killer drop, but we're confirming or guaranteeing that we have a beast if we want it. Oh no. First beast played. The auto tap there was really bad at the Bonecrusher Giant. I don't know what that was about. It wanted us to play our Edgewall Innkeeper first, I guess, but that's fine. We don't need to draw that bad. I'd rather trade with the Beast. Or I guess we could have kept the Giant Killer. That's fine. Oh, that ram through is not nice. That's kind of what we wanted to avoid. Down to 8, not good. We could just start tapping it for 2. Second red source for Embercleave. Setting our stop on their, or before their attack phase, I guess. And then we'll tap the Beast. I mean, we're not that far behind. They're at 13. And we have a Beast in pocket. The Giant Killers should save us. Right? They're thinking about it. We lose our ooze. That's fine. That still gives us enough to tap their questing beast. Down to 7, we're at 8. Set our stop before their attack phase again for our Giant Killer. That's that. Spending all their mana, they can make a 3/3. Giving it Vigilance, Reach, Trample. Trample, I'd assume. We can tap both those and just kill Vivien. And I believe almost steal lethal. Perfecto. Those Giant Killers 100% saved us. The Maul got dealt with pretty easily, like, so I might not want to even run that because it would just die. Right? You know, that the Hallowblade's probably better. And actually the adversary is very good because it's going to cost 2 less, a 2-drop with Death Touch, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Typically better with our Skyclave, giving it flying, but Death Touch is enough to have them not want to block as well. The Primal Mites, the Ram Throughs, this is what's annoying for me. That's all right though, we'll get there. Our opponent's playing first. The Cleave's pretty cool. The Hallowblade's nice. Let's play the tapped land first. I don't want to lose any life against a mono green aggro. Who's playing first? It's that Lovestruck Beast. It's not good. The blade to discard Luminarch Aspirant needs to hammer onto the blade. Right? That Lovestruck Beast is a 5/5, so we need to be a 6/3 or whatever it comes out as. Hang life for the beast. If they henge on the next turn, we're in trouble. I would take the trade. Yeah. And, you know, the cleave is probably not super important right here. Playing defensively. We pull another one. LOL. No attacks. Holding off. Trying to get our Hallowblade as strong as we can. They're gonna kill the Aspirant. You dog. Ouchies. I'll double block. I ain't scared. Our own Lovestruck Beast is, you know, pretty good. We get a draw from it as well. Let's get our second mountain in for the cleave. No attacks, and turn. Next turn we have 5 mana, we can Bone Crush and Giant. The first ability is called Bone Crush, the creature is called Giant. Right? I don't know what the stomp thing is you speak of. A second Lovestruck Beast. Oh! Oh! As long as they don't pull a 4th land for a henge. I'll take that trade. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. It costs 6. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Right? Between a rock and a hard place, right? They're counting our lands. Realizing we have 5 plus the attacker's 6 for cleave. There it is. Nom nom nom. So we play around their Lovestruck Beast, which was the hard part. So now there's no cleave, or sorry, there is a cleave. There's no great henge on their drop here. Right, because I think that's the main strategy is get Lovestruck Beast in turn 3, and then turn 4 try to play your great henge. And then you just steamroll people from there. That basically seals the deal, I feel like. Yeah, cool beans. 2 wins in a row, 100% win rate so far. I mean, we're down low enough in Mythic that we should get some win streaks going on. Alrighty, Red Mage, let's go. Oof, oof. Keeping this. We're gonna drop our Innkeeper and Giant Killer. Ooh. 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 I think we'll take a Plains here, it doesn't really matter. I like to take the one that we have the least of. Oh, if we double dropped, that could be kind of cool. But I don't think it's worth it. Let's just utilize the draw engine. That land's really nice. We do need a red source. Oh gosh. Hopefully our Innkeeper survives. Right, that's going to be a key component to getting ahead here, I think. This Hallowblade as well, if we could push it up. Yeah, They're gonna wish they saved that, I think. Another draw. That's our red source of land. Play defensively. Three mountains. Only one creature in play. No cleave. Could be an annex. I really want this Luminarch Aspirant out. No blocks. Down to 16. That's not that bad. It's probably a Bonecrusher Giant on our Innkeeper. Yeah. Why do I say such things? This is okay though. This is kind of what we wanted to get to eventually. We're able to leave the Hallowblade back on defense so we can attack with the Giant Killers. Alright, our opponent's thinking it out. That's our 4th land, still no cleave. Oh, nice. We can still grab Indestructible, which is super helpful. Hallowblade can go in. Pull up our Stomp. Well, no, we want to do it before the land gets played because it'll survive it. And we'll still tap Torbran. Right? I like that this person's name is Red Mage and they're playing a mono red deck. Mwah, I actually like that. Tapping Torbrand. We can play our giant, hold up something in hand to discard for the Hallowblade, and still tap with our giant. They need to remove the giants. Nice. Smashing with Torbrand. I like it. They have no defenders now, though. Embercleave would have been cool. If they tap Torbrand to attack us, I'm okay with that. Plus we could just kill it with, like, we could trade. I don't think we need any land in play. Let's just keep those to discard. They're down to 7. If they play one creature, attack with Torbrand, we have lethal. If Torbrand attacks here, if we left our giant killer back, that would have been better. That's on me. Shoot. Let's tap Annex. That's what they want to die. And now we take Torbrand out, so it's not a problem. They should have killed Bonecrusher Giant because our Seasoned Hallowblade can grab Indestructible and survive. At least that way they would have had, you know, a confirmed kill. Again, I don't think this matters as we have Indestructible. Oh, the power goes up, so it creates the multiple tokens. Big brain play, baby. They can't block, so they need to drop another Torbrand, and then they hit us for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not enough. They have one blocker, and we could go around. Could be a cleave, in which case we get hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 or 12. Math. And this would go to 5-3. Okay, Phoenix of Ash. 1, 2, 3, 4. They could still cleave here. So that could be lethal, right? They go to 5, 6, 7. 14 damage. Yeah, that could potentially be lethal. Nice. But they're only attacking with the 2 tokens. This is good for us. Rimrock Knight can't block either. And we can tap one of their defenders. Right? Play our Questing Beast. I think this is already lethal, but, you know, let's go in with a little sauce, baby. Very close. Phoenix cannot block Questing Beast because of the power. Mono red, mono red. I mean, it's cool to exile Annex. I'm not gonna lie there. It's really cool to be exiling Annexes. I'm gonna drop the Luminarch Aspirant. It's too easy to kill. And just take a Hallowblade. Right, if they Spike Field Hazard it before they, like, it gets 0 value. Trying to take some bigger creatures, mitigating what value they will have on us that's easy for them. We just have to be careful of our Edgewall Innkeeper, right? Because of things like Spikefield Hazard, so trying to play around that and dropping it the same turn that we drop on top of it for the draw. That's too much land, right? I mean, I appreciate that we have a Dragonfire, but put our basic back in. Passing our turn. Next turn we play both our keeper. Right, they spent their mana, so we're not worried about the stomp. Taking our draw here. We have a Bonecrusher Giant for the night. Hopefully before Annex touches play. If not, we're just gonna jank Annex up with this Giant Killer as long as we can. I don't mind that. They're worried about what it'll do late game. But if we can keep all of their creatures off the field, that's even better. Don't you dare do this to me. Oh, what a guy. Ending our turn, holding up everything. Play whatever you want, bro. Annex, I got you covered. Giant, I got you covered. Anything smaller, I got you covered. It's always good to have options. The Hellhound, that's fine. Snag. Now play your Giant. Oh, they play our little boy. Annex! So this costs 2, so we're allowed to cast something for 2. Need that Vivien in play. We had the green here, that's my bad. Anyways, passing our turn. Could be misplay there, I mean, it's just land, efficiency, whatever. Fervent Champion. Alright. Let's try Annex. Hit for 1, sure. I'm tempted. I'm real tempted. We're at 19 life still. Reach because they have the Phoenix. Reach is the only defensive ability. Trample is all offensive, and Vigilance can kind of be either way, but more offensive because it still requires an attack. Interesting. Nice. Well, there's that Phoenix, but our Vivien's dead now. Yikes. A little bit of an annoyance there. We pull a Passage. For 3, that leaves us 2. And we have an additional. Let's take a mountain here. One, two, yeah, so it doesn't matter, they can cleave regardless. Jeez Louise. Another Annex. Taking 2 damage here. It's better than the 2 tokens though. Then we get hit for 2. Ugh. Let's keep this in hand. Maybe we pull a Hallowblade. Man, this sucks. Let's attack. They're just gonna let it go through. Yeah, ugh, not good. End our turn. Giant Killer can kind of stop Annex after this turn, but still, it's gonna be a lot of damage coming our way. We can block the robber with the ooze. Still makes the token though. I will trade with Annex. That's fine with me. The Phoenix goes up to 4. Yikesies. Alright, we'll take another Vivien off the top, I guess. Ow, it's a plains. Tapping the Phoenix or the robber. Probably the robber. Shit, we should have played this land so the robber didn't get a draw. Dang it! Dang it! Ah, can we Z that? No, maybe we should have done the Phoenix. Right, because the Giant could have stopped the other stuff, but we're still going to get hit with a pumped Phoenix. Right? We should have tapped the Phoenix. Robber draw sucks too. It's those, so I don't know if you call them misplays or just like odd choices. It's just like the choice that comes into play where we let them draw from our library or we let them pump their Phoenix, like, and I guess we should have let them draw because it was just a goddamn land. Rah. The reach was kind of nice. The Hallowblade would be great. Dying would be Annex. Annex got life gain. Let's toss in Hushbringer. Let's toss out our Innkeeper almost. I think the Hushbringer is great. If we can Skyclave to the Hushbringer, put it to a 4/4 to dodge the Bonecrusher Giant, that would be nice. Right? Because now Annex isn't making tokens, and we've got just massive life gain. That Hallowblade off the top is really kind. That's good for us. Just having a target that they can't deal with easily. What do we discard? Giant Killer. They're gonna do it on our upkeep so we can attack. They should do it right here to tap it. Yeah. Tossing a passage. We don't get to attack. So they did hit the Hallowblade at the correct time. Hopefully they play their giant now. And then we can instant speed kill it. Annex. We can't kill that. That's actually kind of annoying. Let's hold on to it. Passing our turn. This takes Annex to a 3. That's fine, whatever. Now we can play it without any, well... We got burnt last time by playing Vivien. I want to do it again, though. We'll have 2 defenders. This should be okay. And then if we can execute some draw after, that'll be nice. The Torbrand hits, I'll cry. There's a cleave, that's pretty bad. We are ready to go on a draw-a-thon. 5th land. And they have 3, so 8 total. They have 2 mana to spare. Fervent Champions basically are free because they cost 1, plus they reduce the casting cost of Cleave by 1. We're just gonna have our creatures survive, I think. Leave Annex alone. Deal with it later. Getting hit for 10. Not good. Oh my god. That seals the deal.
That's it. I'm done.
We were really relying on that. The 5/5 body does help. Oh man, another. Can we survive? I truly don't think so. This is gonna get weird. This is gonna get weird, man. Come on, Annex, you get out of here. Torbrand would suck. Any direct damage would suck. They're gonna hit for 10. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have enough to block successfully and get the kill. Plus an Embereth. Keep that in mind. What if it's Rimrock Knight, Boulder Rush? Like, there's so many things that could just put us over the top. I think we should just block with everything. I think I have 3 cards in hand. Huh. Interesting. I think we've got a good block, and then we've got nice creatures afterwards. Right? Spooky. It's a spooky situation, that's for sure. 14 damage with Rimrock? Oh no. Don't do that math. I don't want to hear that. Oh gosh. Here she comes, Billy. Come on, just skip your attack phase. There's no need to lose your Annex. You dog! This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we would take 14 with a Rimrock Knight and an Embereth. No, it would be more than that. It would be 16. We'll lose our draw engine, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Yikes. Alright, we see Embereth. There could be a Boulder Rush. Nope. So we should have kept our draw engine. It is what it is. We get the kill. And we have the blockers. It would have been nice to keep that draw engine, but I didn't know if they had the goods or not. You know what I mean? Keeping the land to discard. It's that stupid cleave, though. Ah, it's so annoying. It hits for 6. And then we can block one of the satyrs. So we're taking 1 damage confirmed. You know, even more if they Embereth. The cleave will cost 3 and the Embereth 4. They have only 6 on the field, so they'll need to play a land to do that. They're really thinking it through, and this is why they're top 1,000, right? Taking their time, making sure they get the right play, right? The robber won't get a draw. There's no way they cast all 3 of those cards. The Boulder Rush scares us again, though. Alright, so we're taking 2 damage, for sure. Boulder Rush only costs 1 too, doesn't it? It definitely does only cost 1, so they could still cast it here. No, we don't see it. Alright, we get the kill again, but Bleeding Life, we need a serious top deck. Oh, they've got a 1-drop. You dog. You dog. Good game. We tried. We tried. A literal wolf to finish the game. Good game, my friend. Alrighty, let's see if we can get one more in under our belt. This is a bad hand to keep. We're being so greedy right here. Right? It's a good hand if we can only draw land. That's gonna be the thing. Let's toss this in tapped. Next turn we'll play them both at once. To try to avoid any removal here. Yeah, perfect. Taking our draw out of it. We need a land. Oh, that's not a land. Getting it out of the way, at least. We need this Innkeeper to survive. We need to draw more cards. There's a land. Loving it. Let's just go after the draw again right away. We should have kept our land and then we could have played something other than our ooze. It's susceptible to a Bonecrusher right here, but you know, do they really Bonecrush the ooze over our draw engine of the Innkeeper? It's gonna be weird. Weird riddle to solve. They're going after the giant killers. Interesting. Oh, that cleave's pretty cool. I mean, we could just Skyclave and go crazy on the ooze, right? I think so. Could have for 5, but let's hold it up. Maybe we can, you know, trick them into thinking that they only need to do 4 damage to it. Temple of Abandon. Bonecrusher Giant, sure. That's their turn. This ooze should just seal the game away, I think, for us. Go wide or keep up the block? Go wide. Hit for 6. Very nice. We pull a mountain lethal next turn. We can, ooh, tap that Gargaroth with our Giant Killer, most certainly. Tap Dance. This goes to 7. I wish there was a creature in the graveyard to take it to 8. I believe we still have lethal by going wide. Let's hit him with the Hida. Right, that's 8 here, and here's the remaining 2 for 10. Nice. Cool beans. Let's take it to the sideboard against Gruul. Elder Gargaroth is so annoying. So annoying. So annoying. I'm going to take the Adversary. They're going to be on the play here, so we want to play as quick and low to the ground as we can. I'm not sure what good a Garruk will do. Vivien seems a little weird too, just because they have lots of removal. So we're going to try and play around that. 2 land. This is the correct. Opponent goes first. I think we just do the right? Like, just like we did it last time, where we're not playing it right now. We're gonna wait, and we're gonna play them both on the same turn. They know it. They know it. Oh, I kind of want to get beat up. Don't do this to me. Let's hold it. All right, they could still do it to the Aspirant here, but if it was gonna happen, it would have happened anyways. Oh, maybe they know. They're like, no, I'm not falling for that. You can keep that Aspirant. I'm gonna keep that Innkeeper when you play it. No, we do see the removal, and they're keeping up the appropriate amount of land, which is annoying for me. Whatever, let's go for it. They do need a shock or a spike field hazard. It's in the stack. We're good to go. Okay, that's our first mountain for our cleave. I'm going to Skyclave the Innkeeper to keep it alive. Only goes to 3, but still, it's better than nothing. We could cleave, but I don't think that gets us... Oh, no, we couldn't. Not 2 red sources. I mean, if we played this as a source, sure, but... Let's go Innkeeper. And just keep pace. They're down to 14. Can double Skyclave, I guess. No, back to single. Robber's good. They've got less cards than us. They take a draw. What is it? Oh, an Innkeeper. No blocks. We take 5. We're going to keep the Innkeeper back, playing defensively with it to block the Robber. Bonecrusher on our Giant Killer. Whatever. Fervent Champion that can't attack. Heart of Kel definitely can. We need our 5th land. No. We have 2 creatures, but we won't be able to activate it. Whew, that's enough. Play the Ooze. And we can activate it by 1. Right, not the 2 that we want. Just the 1 we deserve. Passing out. Keld is going to hit us with a bunch here right away. Oh, that's a good drop. Bonecrusher Giant. Or sorry, Lovestruck Beast. I'm not sure what's going on here. Let's double block in case there's shenanigans. It's annoying, and I hate it. Good thing we double blocked. I guess they can just kill the... Nope, they should have hit the ooze first, I think. Shouldn't they have? When determining the block order. We need some land. We should have taken Gemrazers to kill that cleave. These matches are going on too long is the problem. Let's keep both forests open, or green sources. No attacks. They shouldn't be able to cleave and pump it is the thing. Right, it does cost 6 to pump, and they just hit 6. This costs 3, they're down to 3. But the thing is, we can pump to 7. Taking those draws off our own Innkeeper makes me want to cry. Doesn't our first strike kill them? I mean, I'm gonna do it right now anyways, but pretty sure that's a bad attack. Some life gain. Right? Our first strike kills them. Thank you. Playing defensively. We're at 12 life. We should be relatively safe from Embercleave as long as we can stay above them, right? The cleave takes the giant to a 5-4. We're still at 7. They could have buffs for it, and they could deal damage to us. They're just executing the draw from us. Nice. There shouldn't be any attacks here. We should be okay. I think they learned their lesson last time. I mean, no wonder this guy's so old. 1809. Woof. So... weird situation, but just play from the library, right? Gain that virtual card advantage. Went really wide. We like that. No attacks. Next turn, we can go to 10, 11, 12. Oh, that's really bad for us. Yikes. That wilt off the top was good. All right, we're gonna lose some of our firepower here, if not die. Oh, you dog. Interesting. So we need to cast that for 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be 6. We'll have 2 extra mana. We can play our Aspirant. It's at 7. It goes to 8, 9, 10 with one, 11 with the other. And then we have 2 attacks. They have 2 blocks. This is annoying for me. We have our own cleave. We have our own cleave. What could they have, though? They could easily push above us. I don't know, man. That's it? There could be some sort of shenanigans on our ooze. No. It's a good blocker. I'll admit that. We do have a questing beast we could pull. They block for 6, 7, so we need to do 20 damage to get up to 10. I think we can do that, can't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 2 mana to spare.
Every day is a new mutation.
I think that's lethal. Math! Right? They stop for 6, and we still go way over top. Nice. That took a little bit of work, but we finally made it. Big woofs. I've never seen Embercleave be in play for so long before. Ayo, River! Naya aggro is good. I love it. You know, if we played this deck for a month, I think we would be at the top of the world. It feels right. Some decks I can't connect the pieces with, or I do so poorly. Not today. Naya and me go way back. I used to play Feather back in the day, little Naya Feather. It was so good. And it's just, there's just something about it. There's not a lot of red that we have in the deck. It's basically a Selesnya deck with Cleave and Bonecrusher Giant, but shh, don't tell anyone. That's just how good Bonecrusher Giant is, right? There's so many things it removes, plus it's a deadly body, and Embercleave is 100% broken. So, you know, it's a great deck. You know, it's best of both worlds. You get the adventure within here to utilize all of the draw, plus the evasion and huge damage output of our mini cleave and big cleave, right? So let me know what you guys thought of the video and all of that jazz in the comments below. Thank you for your time and attention again. I really appreciate it. If you want to go above and beyond to help me, you can support financially on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, and our new Amazon link. Buying all your goodies through that, I get 3%, boys. Big roller over here, right? And again, every view counts, so make sure to share to your friend. Hit the bell icon so you're notified of all of our future uploads. We're live every single day. You know the jazz reel. If you're brand new, join the Discord because we have a 500,000 gem giveaway, which you probably don't want to miss out on, right? So thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you with another video soon on the channel. Maybe just go watch another one right now, right? Take care.
Nice.